Inside Geek Canada is powered by TubeMogul. For more information, visit tubemogul.com.
Hi, welcome to Inside Geek Canada. My name is Logan Teese, and I'm going to go over a really quick advanced tutorial on how to take a photo into Photoshop CS3 and how to make it look like it's raining. Okay, we are not going to waste any time with this. We are going to open with Photoshop. Okay, I just found this picture directly right off the internet, off of Google. Okay, so this is actually a really detailed picture of the woods. Okay, now essentially this will be a little bit difficult essentially to make this look darker, how to make it look like it's raining, because then we have to put in clouds and all that. Well, we can quickly slap this all together very, very efficiently. So we're just going to take the layer and we're going to make a duplicate of it. Okay. Now this is just my way of how to work things. I usually make two different copies and I always black out the background because I don't want it, because I'm always worried that I might end up changing it even though it's locked. Okay, so I'm going to work on this layer. Okay. Canvas bigger. Okay, now that we have this, we're going to make another copy. Command B. That takes you to the shortcut, or that's a shortcut that'll take you to color balance. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this, but what it does is it takes the colors of what your image has and it saturates the ones that you want it to, depending as to whether or not you're using shadows, the midtones, or the highlights. For the shadows, we're just going to add a blue to it. For the midtones, we're just going to quickly change around with this. We have to make it look like it's raining. Usually when it rains, it's not dark, it's not gray, it's usually a blue shade of some sort. So we're just going to quickly put in a few of these highlights, add a little bit of a yellow to it for that. You basically have to play around with this in order to get it to look a little bit accurate. Okay, a little bit of red's not going to be too bad. Okay, alright. A little bit of blue. A little bit of cyan. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so I have a copy from the original to the altered version. I'm going to make a copy of the altered version. Okay, pay attention to this very closely. Image. We'll do this actually. Pixelate. Pointilize. Now, depending how big the raindrops you want them to be, you'll have to decide that. We're just going to use 6 for now. Alright, now that we did that, image, adjustment, threshold. Threshold takes out all the colors, but it takes the numeral value and it adds it so that it's a contrasting value. Okay? So essentially what we're trying to do here is we're trying to take the light and we're trying to take whatever values that we have on here, which are the little white spots, and we're trying to determine for where the rain would actually fall. So we're just going to use this. This should be right about here. That should be good. Click OK. OK. Filter, blur, motion blur. Now of course you have to make it look down and you have to play around with the distance. Okay. That should look pretty good. Okay, now that you did that, you go to the you have to play around with the opacity with this. Okay, so it's not looking as great as we would have anticipated, but that's okay. We at least got the rain ready. Okay, we're just going to go back here. We're going to make another copy of the colored edited one. Command or Alt L. This will allow you to play around with the levels of how much light there is within the picture. Now essentially you have to be a little bit careful with this. Actually, we're going to cancel all that. We're going to darken the sky a little bit to make it look like it's a little bit cloudy. It's going to be a little bit difficult with this contrast. Sometimes you will actually have to do it a little bit unprofessionally by having to keep burning it until something good comes out of it. Actually, while we're at it, we'll just completely burn parts of this forest too. This looks better now. Okay. Burn it a little bit, but don't go overboard where the picture looks awful. Okay, now it looks convincing. Perfect. We're just going to quickly put back the rain. Okay, so it's not as great as we would have anticipated, but that's okay. The only thing that I could possibly see in this, seeing that it's been done in, what, a few minutes, is the sky. What we're going to do, just as a good habit to get into, is depending as to what the photo that you're tampering with, it is usually it is a good idea to blur out sections of where sunlight may be. This will give the illusion that the sunlight's dynamic. It would probably give it a little bit more of a flowy feeling to it. Now you don't have to overblur everything, and it's usually a better idea not to overblur everything because then it looks awful. We're just going to quickly go over an overview of what we've just gone through. Okay, so we have the original. And it's usually a good idea to make several copies in case the original is to be tampered with. In this case, we took one of the copies of the picture and we did a color balance to it. We added color, or we saturated the specific colors that we wanted within the picture to make it look a little bit more themed. In this one, this required a little bit of levels to play around with the lighting fixtures of it all, and then we also burned a little bit here and there. And then finally, with this one, I'm just going to remove all these other ones to show you. Oh, you can't see that at all, can you? Well, the one that I'm blinking right now is the supposed effect of the raindrops. The raindrop effect, as well as various other weather effects that are used or made within Photoshop, are very, very difficult to actually get offhand. They're usually very difficult to just sort of pull out. Usually this will require at least a half an hour if you really wanted to make it look exact. I mean, in some cases people could just take a random picture and just make it look, they could give the illusion that it's raining and it would look perfectly fine, and that would probably take no more, if it's a worst case scenario, maybe 15 minutes. This took me not that long actually to go around and to add the desired effects of what I wanted to make it look like. However, again, this is a talent that does have to be taken into consideration as you have to practice. Photoshop is not something that you can pick up and just go. In some cases it can, but right now it is something you have to practice with. And this isn't actually the best picture to use either. There's a lot of light. There's a lot of white in this. Generally, if you want to make something look as if it's raining, or if you want to make it look like if you want to have an easier time with this, try and find a more darker picture with this. This was probably not the best one that I found in this example. Well, hopefully you've learned a few new tips and tricks with the new advanced Photoshop lesson I've given out. Thank you for tuning in to Insight Geek Canada. My name is Logan T, so you can contact me at logan@insightgeek.ca. Thank you. Okay.
It's 3 o'clock.
Mr. Mac, god damn it.
Okay, turn it down. Okay, kind of just start over from the part that you left off at before it's interrupted.
Okay. Well, the goddamn wallpaper changed too a little while ago, but I didn't say anything. That is a kick-ass wallpaper. Holy crap.
Just whatever. If it changes, that's
okay.
fine.
That's sweet.
Because that's the whole point of that program. I'll do a video on that.
Alright. That's a kick-ass wallpaper. Anyways. Shit.